Welcome to the Instant Trivia Podcast episode 1361, where we ask the best trivia on the internet. Let's get started. Who was the 1994 FIFA World Cup winner? Brazil. Who wrote the play A Streetcar Named Desire? Tennessee Williams. What year was the modern pencil sharpener invented? 1847. What was the name of Paul Winchell's dummy? Jerry Mahoney. What was Al Capone's full first name? Alphonse. What is the generation of people born from 1946 to 1964 called? Baby boomers. What is the only Canadian province which borders the Pacific Ocean? British Columbia. What original literary work was the movie Gettysburg based on? The Killer Angels. What singer first hit number 1 in 1984 with Caribbean Queen, No More Love on the Run? Billy Ocean. Into how many sectors is the standard dartboard divided into? 20. Which 4 U.S. states share a border with Texas? Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma. Who is the Greek equivalent of the Roman goddess Pax? Irene. What cord or strong strand of string tissue attaches a muscle to bone? Tendon. What was the name of the TV show that featured Mick Jagger as a ringmaster? And the Rolling Stones Rock and Roll Circus. 1816 was known as the year without what? Summer. What is the name of the University of Georgia's mascot? Answer. The Georgia Bulldogs have a bulldog as their mascot, and his name is Yuga. Which ocean is the world's largest ocean? Pacific Ocean. What painter's mental state is revealed in 750 letters he wrote to his brother Theo? Vincent van Gogh's. Who became the first American in space in 1961? Alan Shepard. Pizza the Hut was the villain in what sci-fi spoof? Spaceballs. The 13 stripes on the U.S. flag represent what? The 13 original colonies. Which building material gets its name from Arabic for brick? Adobe. In which U.S. city is the United States Naval Academy located? Annapolis, Maryland. Who wrote The Rose Tattoo? Tennessee Williams. What element's chemical symbol is Pb? Leads. Before becoming James Bond, Pierce Brosnan starred for 5 years on what TV series? Remington Steele. What country's space travelers have been called taikonauts since 1998? China's. What do O.J. Simpson's initials stand for? Orenthal James. The Great Red Spot, a giant storm on Jupiter, has been going for approximately how long? 300 years. Who wrote My Girl, the hit song performed by The Temptations? Smokey Robinson. Who was the only clean-shaven U.S. president in the 50 years between Grant and Taft? William McKinley. What does the Latin word verbatim translate into? Word for word. In which country will you find the cities Toledo and Granada? Spain. Who wrote the epic poem Aeneid? Virgil. Don Henley's Boys of Summer song mentions what brand of sunglasses? Ray-Ban. The Kissimmee River flows into what lake? Lake Okeechobee. What was the original title of Auguste Rodin's famous sculpture, The Thinker? Answer. Inspired by Dante's Inferno, The Thinker was originally entitled The Poet and conceived as a representation of Dante. What year was Albert Einstein born in? 1879. What is your occupation if you are sometimes referred to as an apiarist? Beekeeper. Freetown is the capital of which country? Sierra Leone. Which fairy tale character slept for 20 years? Rip Van Winkle. What is Ace Ventura's occupation in the movies by the same name? Pet detective. Who was the military chief of staff of the U.S. Army during World War II? General George Marshall. What movie character was briefly known as the Chesapeake Ripper? Hannibal Lecter. Where do Rocky and Bullwinkle play football? Wasamata U. The word sandwich is a reference to which 18th century English aristocrat? John Montagu. Ablutophobia is the fear of what? Cleaning, bathing, or washing. Which countries border Chile? Answer: Peru, Bolivia, and Argentina. Since 1961, where have Margot McGee, Tommy Thompson, and Luann Powers lived? Apartment 3G. What protein is responsible for giving blood its color? Hemoglobin. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Come back tomorrow for more exciting trivia.